Eugene Segovia here with the EZStudRack. What I want to show you now is something that I did with the upstairs restroom. This restroom cabinet had two shelves, and you'll be able to see the before videos, and it always got cluttered up. So I did a pull-out shelf using some pocket door slides, and as you can see, you got EZStudRacks, fully adjustable shelving. You got one row deep storage. I've got items that I can stick inside here, and I'll probably end up putting a little light in there so you can see better inside. But basically, you just come in here, shelves slide in. Everything is neatly organized so you can see it. When you need an item, you just use it. When you're done with it, put it back in the same spot. If you want to continue looking at the rest of this video, you'll be able to see step by step on how I did from the beginning to the end. Thank you. Eugene Segovia here with the EZStudRack. I'm going to try something different this time. Usually I try to plan and get things done, and as I'm doing it, shoot a video, then edit the video, and come back and then post it online. This time, I'm procrastinating, so I'm just going to go ahead and just shoot a video, put it on my blog site, on my Facebook page, and that'll kind of give me the little oomph to keep going and try to get it done. I am up here in a restroom, and there's nothing but clutter here. What do you see here? You see shelves that are deep, and shelves that are fixed. And what happens with deep fixed shelves? People just start piling, and I can just picture people just throwing things because to just clutter stuff up. There's no room. They're always pushing back, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this thing. And I have some ideas. So first you got to start with just taking everything out. Don't worry about going through things and say, this I'm going to keep, this I'm not. Just put it all in a box, and then we'll take the shelves out and we'll go from there. So till next time, this is Eugene with the EZStudRack. Alright, so here's a quick video of what all is in here and what the outcome's going to be. Now, one thing I noticed is that there's a lot of stuff here on the counter. So my goal is to take all that, all of this, take the deep shelves out, and put some EZStudRacks in there. Okay, so as you can see, everything has come out. Took about 30 minutes to get everything out. I had some help from two little girls. So it looks like I might just be able to hammer this up, or I could take a little sawzall or something and cut that out. But I think I'm just going to try to hammer it up and see if I can get it to come out. Alright, day 2 of this on-the-fly type project. Again, this is a bathroom cabinet that has just a bunch of clutter in it. They're big shelves, deep shelves, and I'm going to try to put some EZStudRacks in here. I have an idea of what I want to do, but first I got to take these shelves out. So the easiest thing I can think of is just try to hammer it out, or maybe take a saw and cut some of these nails out. First, let's make a little noise. So it looks like it's moving. Rubber mallet doesn't work very well. Much better. I'm hitting it with the flat side because I don't have much room to hit here. There we go. There we have it. That didn't take much time. One shelf down, the other one to go. I think I need some safety glasses, so I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. Safety glasses. While I'm thinking about it, I might as well go over some of the items that I'm using. I'm using this guy. Guess it's a crowbar. These little guys take the nails out. I don't know what they're called, but I remember using them when I grew up. Mending fences. Cattle fence. Cattle wire fence. And a big sledgehammer. Well, it's not really that big, but it's just a... I don't know what size that is. Maybe a 1 pound. I tried the rubber mallet, but that didn't work very well, so don't get one of those. Alright, so we've taken the shelf out. I'm going to start this upper shelf. Got a ladder to stand on. Second shelf out. Actually, that's the last shelf. So, shelves are out. In fact, I'm thinking of using that one shelf, putting a little top up there, maybe having a little secret hideaway. Anyway, I probably shouldn't be telling you that. So, next step. Let me bring the camera in here so you can see what I'm doing. So, you could see the nails just bent up as I was taking it out. See, this thing has a light. There we go. So now my next step is I'm just going to take these guys out. I just get in here and look, they're coming out pretty easy. Look at that. So I'll just do that all the way around. Then I'll come in here and grab this guy. Pull the nails through. Pull those through. I wouldn't worry about fixing any of this right now or painting it. We'll do that at the very end, or we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm just going to continue taking those little shelves out. And I'm really surprised at how easy these guys come out. Because that's sheetrock. I thought it was wood. So knowing that, I need to be a little more careful when pulling them out so I don't damage the sheetrock. Okay, those are out. I'm just going to go in here and take the nails out. You know, I started taking all this stuff out at 8:15. That includes just gathering all the items, putting them in boxes and setting them aside to go through later. So far I am 45 minutes into this project. Let's seem like a lot of time for me procrastinating this whole summer. Here, I'll bring the camera in here so you can see what I'm doing. See if I can video. And so I just come in here, grab that guy, and then just pull it out. Grab this guy, pull it out. You pretty much use the bottom part of this thing as leverage and pull these guys out. Here, let's see if I can. It's kind of hard to hold the camera, but you notice I grab the top part of this tool. Maybe somebody will comment and tell me what this thing's called. So this thingamajig, there you go. There you go. So that's pretty much all the nails out. I just come in here and smooth things out. Alright. So that didn't take long. So we are 48 minutes into the project. Alright. I grabbed some EZStudRacks, so I'm thinking EZStudRack there. Of course, the other end would be right here. And then maybe EZStudRack like this. Now you're probably wondering, well, that's kind of awkward, but you'll see what I'm thinking of when we get closer to the end. So keep that in mind. EZStudRacks will go here, and then I'm going to have. I'm actually thinking of having this guy slide out. So it comes out to here so you can see. Anyway, so with that said, I would have a board there to here. I mean, that doesn't leave a lot of room for a shelf. But remember, these are little items that we're storing. So it's nice to have a little space there to put these little knick-knack stuff. And then I'm going to have a shelf that comes across like that. All the way to about right here maybe. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to have this shelf come out. So let's see here. So picture EZStudRack shelf like this. And that will come out. And you know what? It will come out. Maybe I can get one of those little hinge thingies. I don't know what you call them. That'll swing out. We'll see how that works. Okay, so that case we're going to have. This is the type of layout that I'm thinking. So I need to figure out how this is going to go. I think that's a 45, but probably the easiest thing to do is put the board there like that, and then just come up here like that till it hits the edge and just mark it, and I'll cut the wood right there at that location. See if I can do that with the camera. So like that. I'll do a better job doing it. I think that's a 45. I really don't, doesn't really matter as long as I lay the wood up there and mark it. Okay, let me go cut the pieces of wood and I'll be back. Okay, I tried using that method, cutting it and put it on there, and the more I look at it, I'm thinking I'd rather just use one of these little guys and figure out what the angle is going to be. So that's not exact because it's is hitting that corner. So what I'll do is I'll just put a block here. Block here. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. And I'll just do this. There. That comes out to looks like right at 40, a little over 40. So as I'm thinking, instead of doing it like this, I'm thinking of maybe cutting them both at 20 degrees. You have to do this on a table saw because it's the whole entire length from up to bottom, but maybe doing 20 degrees each, and that way it'll come into a point. Easy stud rack there, like that.
Oh, you're okay?
And then easy stud rack like that. That way you maximize the area. Yeah, I like that. So I'll try that. I'll be back. Alrighty. So as you can see, 20 degrees made this one work. You just got to make sure that it's 90 degrees. Once again, it's hard to do with just one hand. There you go. It's 90. And that's 90. So, I'll cut these pieces of easy stud rack just to demonstrate what my plan is. I'm going to come in here, attach that guy like that, attach this guy like this. I might cut the edge off there so they'll overlap and look much nicer. Come in with two pieces of plastic touch. There's no gap between them. Okay, so that's one easy stud rack. Will come out to probably right here. You know, I could do this little corner here if I didn't plan on sliding this shelf out. You could do that. The only thing I don't like about that is it's just hard to see the items when you got a board sticking in like that. Anyway, so that's plan A. Go in, this board's going to come out, slide out. So that'll be like that. This will be like this. Easy stud rack on each side like this. I know what you're thinking. Boy, that's not much of a shelf. I mean, come on. But the goal here is 1 row deep storage, and it's to be perfect for small items all the way up. Okay, so let me start cutting some boards so you can start seeing what this is going to look like. Okay, I got the piece cut, nailed together, and everything seems to fit fine. But before I nail just the wood, I'm going to go ahead and attach the EZStudRacks. Why? That's a small space in there. I'm pretty big. So when I go in there trying to get the screws, get everything to line up nice and even, like you can see here in the front, I'd rather just do that on the ground somewhere where I got plenty of room, take my time doing it. Once I get it on, then I'll just glue it. I'm going to glue this thing on the side, or what I can do is I can remove a section of EZStudRacks and then just nail it and put it back. The holes are already there, so I don't have to worry about lining everything up. So this will go in there. It takes 4 EZStudRacks. I cut this thing 50 3/4 inches long, and I might have to trim an EZStudRack, or it might stick up above the top here. I'll probably end up trimming it. We'll see as we attach them. Okay, so here's that little tower that we're going to put. Now I wish I could somehow show you this while I'm screwing all the screws in. But the key is you can come in here, and if you try to center this, it's a countersunk. By the way, I'm using not the screws that came with it. You can on this section, because your screws, it doesn't matter, you know, if they come past the 3/4 inch wood. But it's just easier for me to use these smaller sizes because I know the next time it's going to go into the side over here. I'll show you here in a little bit. But what I'm trying to show you is that when you put this guy in here, if you center it in this hole as much as possible, align up the sides, line up the edge, and if you put it to the center as much as possible, then it won't shift on you because it's a countersunk screw. You can see there. So it's automatically going to center itself. Now, why am I using this smaller 3/4? I had to go buy this. It's like $3 for 100, $3.50 at Home Depot. This is 3/4 inch plywood. If I use the screws that it came with into this, it's going to come out the other end. Same with this side here. As you can see, as I close the door, they'll shoot out on this side. So keep that in mind as you're building this thing. Okay, so I got this guy up here, and before I glue it in, I am going to go ahead and put EZStudRacks on this side and EZStudRacks on this side. I'm going to stay up. So once I get the EZStudRacks all the way up, as you can see here, these go all the way to the bottom. So I'll start at the bottom here, and then I'll go all the way up. I'll do 4 here and 4 here. So that's pretty much 2 packages of EZStudRacks. And then I will actually cut a piece of board that goes across in several spots, boards that go across here in several spots, and that's when I'll glue it. That way I know everything's set in place. It's the same from top to bottom. Go from there. Okay, let me see if I can manage to shoot a video while I'm screwing this in. Clean some of this up a little bit. And that way this guy sits in the corner just right. Okay. So, the trick with me is I always recommend, there's some text here. I don't know if you can see. Maybe not. Kind of see the reflection. Anyway, there's text. I say always put that text up. But I'm just coming in here, I'm just setting it in place. Nothing special. I'll go in here. It's kind of tight for me to get in, but as I go in, I'll go in and try to center it in the There you go. That's all it takes. One down. Come to the other side of the wall, just in case it comes out. It shouldn't. It didn't. So now what I do is I just go and I'll do the top. Let's see if I can push it up against the wall, center it. There you go. Let's see if I can maybe do it like this on the next screw. So what I like to do is, you got the screw here. I go 1, 2, and put the next one in. So if I can work around this camera, I just center it as much as possible. As you can see, I'm just using this. This is a gift from my wife, a smart driver. It's pretty cool because you can just squeeze the trigger. Actually, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Let me go get the smart driver. I'll show you. It's another Black & Decker product. Alright, this guy here, the gyro, I like. I don't know why I grabbed that other one. Anyway, as you squeeze the trigger and you twist, it goes forward, twist, it goes backwards. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, going back to this guy. So you can see the bottom one has a screw, so I'll go 1, 2, and go to the next one. So I'll come in here, look as much as possible around the camera to center it. Actually, here I'm talking about going 1, 2, and I didn't do it right. 1, 2, and it's supposed to go to the next one. So, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of strength where it's at, but I always like to be consistent. So that's just an extra screw in there. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now, let's see if I can adjust this camera. And we can, there's my 2 screws, go to the next one. So I'm going up, grab an EZStudRack, text up, and I go here. Now you're probably wondering why does it keep saying text up? Whenever you're installing these in 2x4s, then or even here, you know, if you do back to back, if you have a 1x or 3/4 inch plywood as your center post and you want to put EZStudRacks on each side, if you always do your text up, your screws will bypass each other. You can see some of the other videos where I demonstrate that. Let's see here. Alright. So again, push it up against the wall. Come in here, center it. Here we go. 1, 2, the next one. One, 2, the next one. So as you can see, they go up pretty quick. So I'll continue on. There's no point in videoing the rest of it, but as you can see, this thing's starting to take place. I mean, I'll put a shelf in there, do the same thing on this side, and we'll go from there. There you go. I have attached the sides. And what I did is I cut this board and this board and just put everything in place. Now, one thing I did notice that the top here is a bigger gap than the bottom. So I had to cut this board longer. This one's slightly shorter and that one's slightly shorter, which is not good. I mean, it's okay, but just keep in mind that your shelves might start having a gap as you move down. Anyway, I was going to come in and glue this guy in, but boy, after putting that in, And since the whole load is just straight down, you don't have to, I won't have to glue that in. Now what I'm thinking is that I think I'm going to create something here that's rather unique. I don't know, we'll see. Because this could be it, you know, you come in and you've got storage all the way up, storage all the way there, and I guarantee we'll be able to put all the items in there organized, but I'm going to go one step further. I'll let you know as soon as I start building it. Okay, so as I'm building this thing, and I remember some things that you should do, I'll go ahead and just shoot a quick video of it. This is one of the parts that's going to go in. That's going to be the slide out. This isn't very tall, so if I put it all together, I mean, it's going to go like this. And you kind of get the idea of what it's going to look like. I won't be able to put screws in here because this is too tight to get a, I'd have to use a screwdriver, and Phillips screwdriver, small one. So I went ahead and pocket hole, put the legs up, and I'm putting EZStudRacks, and then I'll go ahead and do the same thing here, and then I'll put it together. One thing also I want to point out is that I had to cut this EZStudRack because it wouldn't fit. So I just cut it on the miter saw. Now it fits. I mean, really, you don't need EZStudRacks from the very top to the very bottom. I do it just because I have no idea what's going to be stored. It might be a little short item at the very bottom or at the very top. So that just maximizes the amount of flexibility. Alright, now what you're seeing here is, you're probably like, whoa, wait a minute, that's looks like a bunch of clutter. Well, what my goal is to have this guy slide out like this and maybe come around. That way you have access to the inside. Maybe use some of those pocket door slides, and then have this one come out and come around like that. Anyway, I got to put a little thought to see how I can make those pocket door slides work. So that's where we're at. Right now, pretty much, this is what's going to be used. So I'll take this guy out. So this will be the storage until I figure out those pocket door slides, and then come back and add that in. Well, I'm back. Sorry for the update taking so long. But what I did is I ordered some pocket door slides. So as you can see, the door swings out and out of the way. Now, after looking at it, I don't know, I'll let my wife try it out and see if she likes it. But it looks like if I'm trying to reach in here, grab something, I guess it's not that bad. But you can see here, see if I can get the camera, I had to kind of figure out how I'm going to put this guy on. This cable here just keeps it, just a regular pocket door slide. AccuRide was the brand name. This one was 22 inches. And the one I got for back here is 12 inches. I'll end up doing this one here a little bit later. But that'll come out too. It'll come out like this and around. So there you have it. Quick update of where I'm at on this thing. See if I can zoom out and close this guy. This guy comes out like that. Slides in. This closes. Voila. So we'll have storage all the way up. I'll cut more shelves. Storage with the EZStudRacks, of course. things will slide out. Probably these shelves I'll have to lock in place with these little, what I call locks. They're like little popsicle sticks. They just slide in between the shelf and they stay there by friction alone. These shelves here, I'll probably end up putting a little lip in front, probably maybe a quarter round, small little quarter round, just to keep the items from sliding out. I don't know, I'll play it by ear as we go through and see how it works. So here we have it with product or stuff on each shelf. There's still some empty spaces, but just want to do another quick video so you can see the final stage of this upstairs restroom cabinet. So that thing swings out. It's got those pocket door slides, kind of retro. I just bought some brackets and stuff at Home Depot, added the get the camera in here. And you can see I had to adjust the holes to get it to work, and took a little experimenting with. EZStudRacks all the way up. You can see I could go higher over that bracket. Come in here. I'll put this guy back in, and I'll shoot another video, a final with me in it and better lighting. But just a quick video showing this one slides out. Same thing with the pocket door slides. Clean up some of that paint area where the sheetrock's damaged. So remember, one row deep storage, you can see what you have. Some of these items I've double stacked all the like items. It's amazing how much extra stuff you buy when you don't realize, or you clutter up what you have already. This guy slides in. This fell down. And it just closes up. There we have it. One last look. Come out. Got more room, adjustable shelving inside there. This other one comes out. You can see what you have. I might make this one a little bit bigger, and it'll slide behind those shelves. There we go.